Hey guys, Kev here, and I just want to do a little intro to this review for the Dawson Machine Craft Comet. And the reason I want to do the intro is Joshua over at Dawson Machine Craft was super kind and offered to let me give this away to one of you guys. So I think that's super incredible. And thank you very much to Joshua over at Dawson Machine Craft. So you will get it just like I received it. You will have the flashlight with the battery. There's a little piece of paper in there to keep it from turning on. There's the O-ring back here that can be removed. There's a COA, some stickers, and I think that's it in there. But everything is as it was. And the way you can enter is I'm going to post this over on Instagram. So hopefully you have Instagram. If you do not, I'm sorry. Maybe you have a kid or somebody, a friend who has Instagram and can enter for you. But I will create a post for the giveaway on Instagram around the time that I post this video, so that way you guys will have time to enter. I'll probably leave it open for like a week or something and let people enter. And all you'll have to do is follow Dawson Machine Craft and leave a comment with your favorite flashlight in the world, whatever it happens to be. And that'll be it. So you just follow Dawson Machine Craft on Instagram. And I'll put their link down in the description. I'll also try to put a link to the post, my post on Instagram. But just follow them and then leave a comment on my post there on Instagram that tells us your favorite flashlight in the world. So that's it. And enjoy the review. I really enjoyed this flashlight. It's an absolute pleasure. And somebody is going to get a fantastic flashlight. So thank you. Thank you again to Joshua Dawson, and peace. Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to talk about the Dawson Machine Craft Comet. So the Comet is a new flashlight from Dawson, which used to be La Lima Metalcraft. Just so you're aware, you might have heard of them before. And I really like what Dawson La Lima has been doing. Let me grab my other ones. So I have two other lights from them. Sorry, my throat, like, all of a sudden decided to get all weird on me. This is the Ion Slim. This is probably the most recommended Dawson Machine Craft flashlight you'll find. At least the Slim, but probably the Ion Slim in general. Fantastic. And then this is the Starfall. It's a recent acquisition for me, and this is one that I don't know if they make much anymore, and they're kind of hard to find, as I understand. I really like this flashlight. It's a triple emitter setup and everything. Titanium, very, very good, 18350, but that one's kind of here nor there with this. The Ion Slim, for me, the Comet is this on steroids. That's what this is right here. So this is a 14500 battery versus an 18650. Okay. This has what I believe is an MCR 18 reflector in it. This has an MCR 20 reflector in it. Both have 519A 4500K emitters. They do look a little different. See, this one looks a little warmer, at least to me. So I'm not sure. I feel like this might be a 5K and maybe was mislabeled. But I could be wrong. Could just be different batches. But I definitely see a little bit cooler over here. Right. Anyway, they're both fantastic. And I highly recommend both. This one, if you're looking for an everyday carry flashlight, something that'll serve you well, will look good, will hold up, and is a really good flashlight, the Ion Slim is very, very hard to beat. It has more power and output than any other 14500 I've tried. So a lot of people will recommend the DC0. I'll show you those too. Might as well. So here's some other options in that category, right? And then I will circle back, of course. Excuse me, sorry. A lot of people will recommend this flashlight when you ask. I want to get an EDC flashlight. I want to get the perfect whatever, right? You're going to get a lot of, get the Okluma DC0. It's probably the most popular. And it is fantastic flashlight out of the box. But it's pretty limited on lumens. He really has, Jeff over at Okluma really has limited it to about 350 lumens, right? And I actually had this modded. So now this one has, I don't know, 1,000 lumens, something like that. But before it was more like this was maybe high, right? Versus something like this, you know? So that's the one downside to the DC0 is you don't get programmability and you get nerfed output. If it matters to you. In an EDC scenario, it doesn't necessarily matter. It's one of the best flashlights. Now, recently, Charles over at CWF came out with his 14500, which definitely is very good. You're looking at 520 lumens on this guy, but it has excellent throw, excellent candela. He's got a really good balance. This reflector is absolutely fantastic. So you can see this is that light on high. You have the F2 from Focusworks, which again, I actually had this modded. So this now has a Dr. Jones driver in it, which is the same that this comes with, which is what's cool. This also has a Dr. Jones. So this, I have low, moonlight, then low, and then medium. And then I have double tap for full on turbo. Now this is set up differently. This has a sort of optic in there from Focusworks, sort of a different setup. So you're not going to get the same kind of hotspot you would with these two, or even that. So let's set those aside. Then you have the Ion Slim, which in my opinion has the best output in the category. Look at that. That's it on turbo right there. You get a beautiful hotspot, plenty of spill, and you just get an absolute beast. I mean, this has got to be, I don't know, 1,200 lumens is my guess on it, which is, you know, almost 4 times this. It's at least 3 times as much what you get out of this. Does that matter to you? I don't know. It's about twice as much as you get out of this. So I'll show you this one again on high. And then this one. So at a distance, that's going to make a lot more of a difference. But you're talking about half, right? Now, the trade-off, this gets hot. It's pretty hot right now because I had it on turbo for a minute there. This is going to run pretty cool because it doesn't put out a lot. This is going to run relatively cool even on high. It does get a little bit warm, right? But imagine doubling that, you know what I mean? So anyway, those are kind of the things with the 14500s. You got to choose what you value, right? Do you value having that turbo when you need it? Do you have to use it? No, that's the thing. It can do it. You don't have to do it. Like I said, I have it set up where this is my highest mode. And then whenever I need it, boom, hit the double tap for turbo. So I love this thing. Now, one of the trade-offs is this is one of the larger in the category. 14500 lights, right? These are a lot slimmer. I mean, not a ton, but they're slimmer and they're shorter, more pocketable. So if that matters, right? Okay. So now you take this, which is one of my favorite lights, one of the best in the category, if not the best. Probably the easiest to recommend, honestly, because it covers all your bases. It's slim enough. It's got plenty of runtime. It's got plenty of juice when needed, but can be programmed to go easy if you want. It looks great. I mean, it's got a McClicky switch and a Dr. Jones. It's got a great reflector in there. And you can get it from factory 519A 4500K, which is my favorite. It's one of the downsides with this from CWF. He doesn't use anything but 219C right now. Same with this one, I think. And then he does use the 519A. So, all right. Now take this and give it protein shakes, right? Protein shakes, steroids, just fucking, jab this fucker up and boom, this pops out. All right? Bear with me here. Now, I think this does have more of an aesthetic to the Hoku versus the Ion. Maybe not. I don't know. I think the Hoku and the Ion had a baby here, and it grew up and became the Comet. So this puppy is an absolute monster. The threads on this are fan-flippin-tastic. The machine quality here is ridiculous. Joshua absolutely killed it on this. Look at this. Just almost no seam. Just beautiful. Threads are just, they glide, man. Now, it's aluminum, which aids in that. I'm sure these will eventually be available in other stuff. Now, if you look in here, you can see he's actually got some kind of retaining ring for the pill, which is cool. So your driver's actually in there with a ring around it, which protects it. Keeps it all nice and safe. Probably helps with waterproofing as well. There's your Dr. Jones driver. Here's your reflector. I'm not going to take this apart because Dawson Machinecraft was kind enough to loan me this to make this video. So I'm not going to take their flashlight apart. I did take liberty and swap out the the switch boot cover just because I can't stand the silicone mushy ones. It's just not my style. So I put a different one in there. But other than that, I didn't mess with anything. But here's a look at that reflector. Look at that. It's just beautiful. It's like orange peeled. And then you have that 519A down there. Just beautiful. Look at this head. That's what she said. You have, again, an 18650. In this case, a Samsung 3000 milliamp hour. Now, it comes with the flashlight. This beautiful dragon cut design pouch. Really like this. Orange with Dawson Machinecraft on it. It comes with this battery. I think it was it was installed. And then it had, I think I even saved it because I'm weird. Yep, I did. So you get that. It came with this. So basically, you put the battery in, you put this on top, and then you screw it shut. And I'll show you. This is how I ship stuff sometimes if I have to send a battery. Now it won't work because there's no connection because that piece is in there. So you gotta open it, dump that piece out, and then you're good to go. Again, threads are absolute butter on this thing. By the way, this was also available in a triple. So if you wanted it to be set up like this, you could, which is cool. It came with a cool sticker, which is dope. I'll leave that there. Came with a COA. 31624 Comet aluminum, 519A 4500, H17FX 18650 cell, and then it tells you where the programming instructions are. If you have one of these and you're looking for programming instructions, all you have to do is search for my video on how to program the Dr. Jones driver. I have a video on it, H17F Dr. Jones driver. I'll try to link it somewhere along the way here. But I have a video on that. I think I used this light for that. So it's the same driver. So you don't, I don't need to make a video for every light if it uses the same driver. This is the cover you usually get. So it'll look like this. It'll have the Dawson. Yeah, it is La Lima. But it'll have the Dawson logo on it. And that goes in there. And then the O-ring goes around it. It's very easy to switch these out. I have videos on that. You just pull this out with the O-ring, put that in, tuck the O-ring around. That's it. This was underneath the switch. It was around the switch, and I don't know why they do that. I think it's maybe to help stabilize this silicone, but it feels kind of like weird and mushy to me when you use it with this cover. So I took that out, but that would normally be in there. And then there's an extra O-ring that he gives you that you can put up here. So what he teaches you to do is this. I think you gotta lift the clip up. Let's see if I can just get it under. There you go. So you just pull it under the clip and then lift it around the top of the light. And then you can tuck this, I think. Oh wait, go down, that's why. And then you tuck it right there. And now you have a little O-ring here, which helps you hold it like this. And it does actually help quite a bit in this grip. So that's really, really cool. Comes with the La Lima Dawson Machine Craft clip. Sorry, I'm going to keep doing that on accident. I love how they match that, the black with the black. That's something I try to do on my lights a lot. So like on this one, I threw black screws in there to make it just pop a little better, right? It's something, you know, if you look at Hanko, he does that. Here's my Ion. It's like that. I just think that looks really classy. Classy, man. So you got the black tones and then the aluminum. Their tumble finish is fantastic. I've had this Ion Slim for months, and it looks brand new. That's one of the beauties of a tumbled finish, and they do it right. Some companies, I don't like their tumble. Like CWF, not a fan of their tumble. I love their stonewash and their machine finish, but not their tumble. I don't know what this is exactly, but it is pretty nice. And this looks pretty good as well. But I really like how they do their tumble. I mean, just look at that. That's gorgeous. So I'm always for titanium if I can. This came out obviously just now, and it just came in aluminum. But it does reduce the weight, and this is a pretty hefty boy considering it's an 18650. This is a big light, guys. I mean, again, here's that 14500. Those are on the larger side, in my opinion, for EDC, longer side. Here's a Hanko, so it's a triple emitter, 18650. So you can see 18350. So you can see that difference, right? I would say when it comes to Dawson Machine Craft, they tend to make their lights a little longer than most, I guess. I know that sounds weird, but like, again, that's a 14500, and so are these. And you can see the length difference, right? You can see the difference. So I think they're focusing more on aesthetic with a cool milling and stuff like that, which obviously adds, you know, you have to thicken it to do that. And maybe lengthen it to get what, you know, they're focusing more, I think, on functionality and aesthetic versus how small can we get this, you know? And not everybody cares about that. Here's a Nightcore EDC 35. That is also, I believe, an 18650. It might actually be a 21700, I'm not sure. That's actually a little bit shorter than the Comet. Here's the new Wubin L1. Little bit longer. Here's one you guys might know. This is the D4 VR or whatever. I don't know, whatever it is. That's an 18650 in there right now. Right? Now, when you do a single, right? You have a single emitter with a reflector. Obviously, you need that reflector to take up space. So this much space is reflector. Where on something like this, you just need to fit an optic on top. You just need this much extra space. And that's why this can be so much shorter. And lastly, I have the DX Reach from CountyCom or Maritac. And those are basically identical in length. Obviously, a lot thinner on the Comet. All right, done with that. So the ergonomics are really comfortable in hand. I mean, you can grip it in so many different ways. I don't know why you would do this unless you're beating somebody. But like this, the Tail cap is fantastic. I can get to that switch so easy. It's so functional with that. It's got a lot of output. You'll see when we do the beam shot footage. I mean, you just, you take this and you can basically add, I don't know, 20% to it or something. You get that wider, longer reflector. And then you throw in an 18650, which will give you more output. It's really nice. So I would say this is for the collector, obviously. This is for the guy who loves throwy lights, which is not necessarily me. Like I said, I'm more into the triple emitter floodlights because I use my lights more around the house, read to my kid. Outside I'll use it, but close to the house. It's not like I'm looking hundreds of yards. I don't have acres. So for somebody who needs that kind of stuff, where you need to spotlight more, you need to see at a distance more, you're walking your dog a lot and you want that, this is great. And I carried it for a couple days, and I'll be honest, it didn't bother me any more than this did. Because really all you're adding is length, right? Yeah, it's a lot of length. It's almost double, but it doesn't matter because it's the same thickness, right? And the clip is great, and it's smooth, and it feels great in the pocket. So I think it's extremely carryable. A lot of us who come from wanting the slimmest, smallest thing we can get, yeah, it's going to seem really big, but it's not really that bad. I enjoyed it in pocket, and the light, the output is phenomenal. They did such a good job on this. I don't know if I missed any facts here. It has a McClicky switch, Dr. Jones driver, MCR 20, 519A, 4500K. It's got a little glow ring in there. You'll see it in the beam shot footage, which is cool. So the centering ring, I think, glows, which is really nice. 18650, aluminum body, extra ring for cigar grip. Comes with the tie clip. Very cool. So that's it, guys. Check out the beam shot footage. Let me know what you think. If you're interested in these, I don't know if Dawson is selling more right away, but definitely check the website. There might be a listing up for these. Check their dealers. They work with a lot of dealers. Check Blade and Beam. They are a great dealer, and they have Dawson Machine Craft products. This is also, by the way, 100% made in the United States. Some of the parts are going to be from overseas, like the emitter and stuff. But this is machined in the United States by Joshua Dawson. And he does a fabulous job, and we should continue to support these brands. I love to support these small makers when I can, where I can. It's a lot easier in the flashlight world for me than it is in the knife world. And that's great. So check it out. That's enough rambling for me. I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll catch you later. Peace. Hey guys, Kev here, and I have the Dawson Machine Craft Comet. This is our 18650 flashlight, and I have a Samsung battery in here, 18650, 3000 milliamp hour, and it has 15 amps of max continuous output. All right. I think it comes with one that has 10 max continuous. I did kind of compare them. I didn't see a huge difference, so I just left this one in. So we're going to start. This is a Dr. Jones. The way I have it set up is to be moonlight, low, and then medium. And then if I ever need turbo, double tap for turbo. That's how I like to rock my Dr. Jones drivers. So let's take a look at moonlight. You're going to get the basic, moonlight. I can stare at it. It's not blinding me or anything. So obviously not going to do a lot of damage out here. But indoors in pitch dark, guess what? You can see everything you need in front of you without waking people up, which is what I need these for. So Let's bump it up to low. So here's low. This does have an MCR 20 reflector, I believe. And I gotta say, I'm impressed with this thing. It's if you've ever had a La Lima Slim model, it's basically one of those on steroids. Like those use a MCR 18, I think, and this is a 20 plus the extra juice. It's amazing. It really is. So this is on low. I can see plenty around the yard, right? If I was walking the dog or something, this would be a great mode just to kind of have light but not go crazy. You can see the tree. Let's bump it up. So now we're on medium. Look at that. That's beautiful. Whole tree basically lit up. House lit up. Garage, truck. I mean, come on. Whole yard is nice and lit up. Let's see how far she travels across the street. We're not hitting those trees back there. We're definitely hitting this one. Not reaching those back there, but we're doing pretty good. We can kind of light up that house over there, but it's not like crazy. And let's see turbo. Here's turbo, guys. Look at that. Cooking with gas now. That's lit the up. Whole yard. I mean, it's daylight out here. Again, I'm going to hit this tree. And now we're hitting those back there. We can see them. You know, it's not... Well, yeah, I mean, it's doing really good, honestly. Let's see. We can just kind of light up some trees back there, too. So, really, really good, guys. Look at that. It's just like freaking daylight. Closer I get to the house. So, there you go, guys. That is the Dawson Machine Crafts. Sorry, I keep pausing because I want to say La Lima. It's Dawson Machine Craft. And this is the Comet. And it is absolutely... Oh, look at that. It's got a glow ring in there for the centering ring. It's fantastic. Love you guys. Thanks for checking it out. Hit up Dawson Machine Craft if you're interested. I'll link them down below. Thank you to Joshua over there for sending this my way. And I love you guys. I'll catch you later. Peace.